Lou, you didn't hit the intro, dog.
What?
Well, we back. We live anyway.
Are we live? Oh man,
yes,
I thought
are.
I hit live. What the hell?
You didn't hit the intro, but
I see. This is why I screwed it up.
See, it's all good. But welcome, Grizz Nation, to the post game bounce. Evan Hayes here with Luke Hatmaker. No bluffing times, daily grind. As we will be talking about tonight's W as the Grizzlies won against the Portland Trailblazers. 119-96 to push their record to 11-3 on the season. Luke, you're finally here on a W. How you feeling, my guy?
I was worried, especially when after half in the third quarter when the lead shrunk to like 5. Yeah. I was like, man, you got to be kidding me. Am I going to have to hop on here and talk about another loss? I was like, are you kidding me? And I'm just very grateful that didn't happen, man. I mean, right before we went live, we were like, what? Grizzlies had Jaren had 6 points, and so it was on the back of our bench guys, right?
Yeah, exactly. I believe our bench was north of 60 points, so it was always great. Santi Aldama was the player of the game. He had 22 points on the day. Contavious Caldwell-Pope, probably his second best game as Grizzlies, arguably his best game with 16 points. Jock Landale, 15 and 8. The bench guys did their thing. Cam Spencer is stringing together a bunch of consistent games, 12 points, 4 for 9 shooting. So you can't talk enough about how the bench has really carried this game when the starters were kind of inconsistent through certain parts of the game.
Yep. And I mean, this was a game too after Edie picked up. I mean, Edie fouled out with like 9 minutes left in the game.
I wrote it down in my notes. He fouled out with 6:17 left. So about halfway through the fourth. Yeah.
I mean, that makes me nervous no matter how big the lead is. You know, anytime we've just seen him, the impact he's had on the game, especially when we've been winning. I was worried as hell when he fouled out. But Jock played well. You know, Jock is the perfect backup big. He really is.
Perfect? I wouldn't say perfect because sometimes Jock Landale has his thing. Well, yes, Jock did have a good game. 18. He had 8 rebounds. He was the second highest rebounder team. Edie had 10. Sid had 6. He's second highest rebounder. He shot the ball decently, 4 for 7 from the field, and the energy didn't shift too much when he was in the game. Like, we still controlled the ball. We still got defensive rebounds, so it wasn't a big drop off. So obviously we weren't playing a top tier front line against Portland, but you got to play who's in front of you. He played well, so shout out the big Australian down there. He did his thing.
I do. I see in the comments. I'm gonna throw it up here. I want to bring this up. Where'd it go? So are you worried about Vince? Because Vince was back on some BS according to Smooth Southpaw. Which thank you everybody in the comments, y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, shout out, y'all.
Yeah. I mean, he was what? He only played 16 minutes tonight. They let Cam run a lot with that second unit running the point. I mean, I don't know when Cam's playing this well, and Vince is kind of just doesn't really seem to have a feel. I don't really have a problem with you playing one over the other, you know.
Yeah, I don't either. He was a -10 plus minus. It's the worst out of all the starters and the worst in the game, actually. Well, the people that played meaningful minutes. He was a -10, 3 turnovers, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 0 assists, which is super uncharacteristic for him with his string of games he had. So I would be worried if we didn't get the injury report earlier today that Ja Morant was doubtful this game. So the fact he's coming back, hopefully Friday against the Jazz. So everybody has off games. So I'm going to tie it up to just Vince having a bad game. But being that number 12 is back and Vince won't have to be the main point guard, I'm not too worried. We got the W.
He's coming back, right? Like Ja, I mean, that's the elephant in the room is he got that doubtful this morning. And then I was waiting. I was like, oh man, is it going to get upgraded? It never did. But we don't play again until Friday, right?
We got a little break. I know they're trying to do their NBA Cup thing, so I know we had this like small break, and it kind of makes sense for Ja to not play tonight so he can have that full time just to get his legs fully back on it and trust that calf and all that. So being that we got a W tonight, we got our best player coming back. I can take a messy dub because it was through some spurts. The game looked kind of shaky. You know, we didn't take care of the ball in certain parts. I think in the third quarter, Portland cut the lead to 5. But being that we still took care of business and we have our main guy coming back to kind of take the pressure off everybody, I can't be mad.
Yeah, it's you can only, I think you just said it, like you can only play the games that are in front of you, and you can only play teams that are in front of you, and so they got the dub. I'm trying to see. Where'd it go? How many turnovers did we have? Because
we had
that feels
22.
like, oh man, that seems to continue to be a plague for us.
Yes, it is. And we only had 28 assists. So only a +6 on assists. You don't love that, especially when you have guys that have been playing so well, like Vince and all that. And Said even had some trouble. I'm trying to look at the stats right now. Who had the most turnovers? Said had 3. Edie had 6, which is surprising. Vince had 3. Cam Spencer, even though he took care of the ball better than Vince, he had 4. Woo. KCP had 2. Jock Glenda had 3. And Smooth Southpaw saying it right now, a few of them on inbound passes. So it was just like lackadaisical things that, and I feel like that comes down to coaching. Like, I feel like Isla has to make sure they stay locked in throughout all 48 minutes. Like, yes, we got the dub tonight, but we have yet to put a full 48 minutes together. And that's what I'm really wanted to see, you know?
And I like that point because it's, I mean, what the Grizzlies have won. We've won more games than we've lost here lately, and it is. But in all of these wins, none of these wins have felt like a complete win, like 4 quarters of a full dub. You know, there's like tonight that third quarter felt like I thought we were going to lose in the third quarter. I was like, oh, cool. I was watching with Kyla, my partner, and she was like, I didn't even have to know what quarter it was. I just saw that I saw that the window was shrinking. I knew it was the third. And I was like, damn, girl. All right. I need them to string a full one together. And I hope that's Friday with Ja back. You know, like it does seem that the rhythm, I mean, like shocker, he makes everyone around him better when he plays, you know, like who'd have thought?
Yeah, who does? Like, you know.
So, I mean, like against the Jazz, I imagine that maybe it happens Friday, but I don't know.
Yeah, speaking of that third quarter, we got outscored. It felt larger, but only 32-26. It felt like we got to outscore by 15 that quarter, but we got outscored only by 6. But it's just those hips and valleys that we go through, you know, that I want us, again, it's still early. Like, we've played 24 games now, so we're about a fourth of the way through the season. I think if my math is correct. Yes, it's still early, but I want us to start ironing out those, like, dead periods that we have, because right now we're in the 9th seed. I think, like, a game outside the 8th seed. Like, we're trying to, like, creep up in the rankings, you know? So if we're going to try to be consistent during playoff time when guys come back, like, we have to iron out these, like, kinks that we're having. You know, so like, just take the positive from this game, but it's still some things that we still got to work through. And I feel like this break could really help us try to work those things out.
Yep. And I'm trying to get it. Yep, you're right. We're a game back from Golden State right now.
Oh, look at me. Wow.
You're right. In the 9 seed. Portland's 2 games back now. You know, we're in that grouping where I think everybody in the preseason thought we were going to be. You know, like we're in that. We're everybody else above 9 seed and above, everybody has at least 11 wins. You know, everybody, those are people that hope to contend, whereas under us are people that I think we all thought were going to tank, or it's just mitigated disasters like the Clippers and New Orleans, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I hope we've had, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I think we've had like one of the toughest parts of our schedule already, right?
Oh, yeah. Like, I think DeMichael or Paris, one of them, I feel like out of our next, like, 12 games, I think 10 of them are against like losing teams with a losing record or something like that. So the first 10 to 15 of the games was definitely our gauntlet, you know. And coinciding, we had guys out the lineup. We had Ja out, Edie out, Jaren missed a few games. So the fact that we're getting this like easier patch, I know we have OKC coming up in a few weeks, but this easier patch of games with guys slowly coming back, we could really make up some ground. It's just all about taking care of business who's in front of you. I think, like you said, we're playing the Jazz next, a team that isn't very good right now, but we can't take our foot off the gas. You know, like I don't want to see Edie with 5,000 in the third quarter.
Oh man. Okay. So let's talk about that. Like that was way too early. I thought that I was hearing things when they said, and that's his 5th foul. And it was like halfway through the 3rd.
Yeah.
That's Jaren fouling numbers right there. Like we can't have that. We can't have that.
Can we have just both our bigs just not get in foul trouble? Like, would that be too hard to ask, Luke? Just both our starting front court to not be in foul trouble one of these games. We just can't have it.
Jaren did not get his second until like almost the end of the game. I was just like, I don't know what we got to do to make them not foul, not like like you said, both of them play without fouling. I don't know what we have to do. And when Edie fouled out too, he checked the shit. Part of my language. He just like, God, it's like it was a hard foul. I don't know. Is this the first game that he's fouled out so early? Right? Like he's finished most games or fouled out in the games, right?
What was the game he had 5 fouls and he got restricted? It was like one. He didn't foul out, but I feel like he had 5 and he didn't foul out, but it really cut down his miss. I think it was against the Clippers. We didn't finish the game with him because he had foul trouble. Yeah. It was another game he had 5. This is his first time fouling out, but I hope this isn't a trend. Someone in the comments fact check me, but it's one of these games where he's had like 4 or 5 fouls.
And you're right. Like he is the last. It's the last person where it needs to be. If he's developing a habit, they need to slap him upside the head and be like,
facts.
Yeah, and like it's just they need to. It's not a habit he needs to develop. Hansen, who we got King Meeks asking about young Hansen.
I gotta say, it must hate to be a Trailblazers fan because number one, we traded for Cedric Howard. And Edie just bodied Hansen the whole game. Hansen got hit in the face, was down for it. Then the next possession, Edie caught a lob. Like, I didn't know anything about him until we drafted him. And now I think we're good with our pick because Ced played better than him. So, like, hey, like, shout out you, young Hansen. But we good where we at. We got our guy, and we have our other 7-foot Asian/Canadian that's also very good at basketball. So, like, we're good. I can't trip out too much, you know.
Nope. And so I guess that's good. They were down Klingon and they were down Robert Williams. They had like no bigs. When Duop Reith was starting to play, I was like, whoa. I was just and he didn't play meaningful minutes for Portland. I felt bad for them. I to be honest. I mean,
speak for yourself. I don't feel bad for anyone when it comes to injuries because we have been crucified with injuries. Like we won a rebound about a 51-40, and I feel like we should have. So like,
yes.
I don't really care. Like they Robert Williams, Klingon, who cares? We got our guys. Like we controlled the boards. We had 16 offensive rebounds, which is pretty good. You know, hopefully get that number up a little bit against an inferior front court. But the biggest thing of their job is just Edie getting foul trouble. That's the thing that we got to iron out. But I also, because I know we got to get out of here a little bit, I kind of want to pivot to Jaren.
Okay.
Jaren had his stat line in 24 minutes. Very small. I think 24 minutes is way too low, but we ain't gonna talk about. We don't have time to talk about East Los rotations right now. I don't want to get pissed off right now. But he had 6 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 for 10 from the field, 0 for 1 from the 3-point line, two blocks and 3 steals, and he was a -5. For me personally, Luke, I don't know about you, but this was a game where especially when Josh's not here, this game I want Jaren to dominate. And it's just these past few games, he just hasn't been able to get right on the offensive side of the ball, especially when we haven't been playing like top tier big men. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Tripp. What are you seeing? Because like it's just something that's not working with me with Tripp right now.
I fully agree with you after tonight because I was kind of withholding my opinion on if something was wrong, depending on how he did tonight. And I don't want to say that he shrunk. Well, no, I will say that on the offensive end, he just shrunk. Like, yeah, he was great on the defensive end, but like, you needed, like in that third quarter when you know, like it wasn't, I could be mistaken, but I believe it was the bench that came in and stopped that run.
It did, yeah.
Tripp could have gone blow for blow with these guys. It was Denny Avdia. It wasn't anyone that's a mountain mover. You know, like Tripp was in theory, Tripp was the best player should have been the best player on the floor in those minutes. And he wasn't. And that makes me, I don't know. Like, it's not that he needs to unlock another part of his offensive game because we've seen that part of his offensive game. It's just like, did he forget? I don't understand. Like, did he forget that it's there?
It's something in between the ears, man. Like, because on paper, Tripp is 6'11", damn near 7 foot, 240 pounds, built like a brick house. He can finish with both hands. He can score at all 3 levels. He has everything on paper that he should be able to dominate 9 times out of 10 when you play against anybody in the league. It just what Tripp's problem is, at least what I've seen, when other guys are going, like you said, he shrinks. He doesn't know how to go. He doesn't know how to go with guys. Like Wells had a hot start. Coward and Edie played great in that first half. But it just seems like when other guys are getting off, Jaren doesn't know how to be complimentary on the offensive side of the ball. And I feel like he's still trying to like find his spots, which he should be in year 8. I know it's a new offense, but this is Jaren's team, especially when Ja's not there.
Yes.
What I want to see for Jaren, like he has to be able to still affect the game offensively when other guys are playing well. And that's what I feel like is missing with him. Because when no one has any offense going, Jaren has shown that he can carry an offense when no one else is scoring. But when other guys are scoring, he doesn't. It's not clicking there for some reason.
And that's what's becoming so frustrating because we watched a whole season of him scoring when other dudes weren't scoring. We watched a whole freaking season of it, and it just doesn't make sense why we're not. It just doesn't make sense why it's not happening when the team's good. And it's disheartening. To be polite, you're not wrong. I want, it's like if it's up here 8 years in, you just hope that stuff's gone. Like you hope that most of the mental hurdles, you like to think by the time you get that max payday, you kind of figured that stuff out. I would have paid him. Like I think he does. I think the money, like. Whether or not he's overpaid, that's not like people can talk about that another day, but it's like in my mind, you don't pay someone if they're not right up here, and he's not acting right up here this season, and I don't know what's up.
Yeah, I can agree. Just seems like I don't want to, because of course I don't know James Jackson Jr. I'm not in his circle. Yeah. I'm not gonna say he took his foot off the gas when he got the bread, but I'm just saying it's a correlation. It's a correlation, not a causation. It's a correlation. If y'all understand the definition between those two words. But there's no reason why Santi Aldama, who's your backup, should be the leading scorer on the team and outscored you and out-rebound you. Those two things that we cannot happen. Yes, I love Santi's playing well. Everybody knows that watches my show. No, I am not a Santi Aldama fan. I'm a fan because he's on the Grizzlies, but is he my favorite player on the Grizzlies? No. But he has been playing well this year. Yeah. Like Santi has been playing well this year. And being that Santi's playing so consistent, I shouldn't get that type of starter production from my backup. You see what I'm saying? And our starter isn't giving us the production that we need, especially when these big wigs come to town. We're not, it's going to hurt us when the big wigs come to town, when the OKCs, when the LA Lakers, when these heavy hitters come to town where we need Jaren. These are the type of games where we need him to get his stuff right. So when the big wigs, when the Jokic's come to town and the Luka Doncic's come to town, he can go toe to toe with him. We just don't see it enough. That if I could have any harp or any negative about this game, of course turnovers, but the other one would be Jaren just not giving it the way he should against a team like this. Yes,
well, because I mean, like you want to. You're beating up on teams worse than you. You want to see them learn. You like even in these wins, you got to get better. And if Jaren isn't able to bring it on offense and match guys like Dua, Reef, and Young Hansen and Danny Avdia, no shade to these guys, but like if he's not able to match these guys, can we expect him to match Chet and J Will or J Dub and Shea when they come to town in like a week and a half? Or even Ant's coming in like a week. Like, those are two different. That's different.
Two different animals, man.
Two different animals entirely, man.
I'm looking at the stats right now. Jeremy Grant had 21 and 7. Inefficient night, still had 21. Denny Avdia has 17 and 7 and 7. These are guys that you're guarding, having arguably better games than you on your home floor. Like you said, when Jay Will and Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein come to town, it's not going to be as easy where our bench can come save us like they did tonight. I really wish I saw our final bench numbers, but I'll find it later. But like our bench did this thing. I want to keep the production from the bench, but we need our main guys playing their best basketball when guys come to town. That's my only negative going into this game. Well, after this game,
that's a good point. Like it's so easy to get excited and pumped and point out all the great things the bench is doing, but we should also be like, if the bench is doing so well, does that mean they're picking up a lot of slack from the starters? That's the thing. You can have the highest scoring bench in the NBA, which I believe we do. Yeah. But should you need them to be the highest scoring? Like, it's not like we're killing teams. It's like they're the highest scoring bench in the NBA, and we're not blowing teams out. You know, like it's not like OKC's bench where they play the entire fourth quarter. It's a little different.
Yeah, it's different, and I'll put Wayno's comment on it. If Tomas can consistently get out of Santi, I think that's a good comment to put up there.
Yeah, I got you. Good call.
I hope you're right, Wayno. That's a very good shot, Wayno. Even though it's probably like 2 p.m. where you are right now, you're probably in the middle of your freaking work shift right now. So shout out to you for watching the show at work or something. But yes, I hope you're right. It seems like in this system, Santi has been consistent. Last year, that was his problem with being consistent. He's been better defensively. He's been rebounding the ball. Hopefully, if Jaren stays in the lineup and get out of foul trouble and all that, Isolo can unlock him. Just 24, 25 games in, I'm not confident in that. I hope you're right, but I just can't say with 100% certainty that's going to be the solution.
Yep. I hope that combined with this, I'm going to throw this up, with Ja starting soon.
Facts.
I mean, it's going to change this will change the calculus for all the starters. It's just will. You know, I like Vince Williams starting, and I love Vince Williams. Love him. Love him. But like Vince Williams starting is so much different than John Morant starting. I mean, like, it's shocker, guys.
Yeah.
Vince Williams as your starter is different than John Morant as your starter. You know, it's just going to be a different animal. And I'm excited for. I'm very excited for Friday. I mean, the way they've been playing with Edie back. I mean, we got like 4 or 5 minutes of Ja, Edie, Jaren, Cedric, and Jalen together before Ja got hurt. Was it like 5 minutes?
I think it was 5 against Cleveland. Yeah, like 5.
Like if I'm not, we were the plus. We were plus minus. The plus was through the roof with those guys. Yeah. You know, I'm eager to see more than half a quarter with those guys. And you know, like I imagine. With what I mean, we've been punching not above our weight, but we've been punching our weight and below without Ja. You inject him back into the system, hopefully, and engage Ja as well, because Ja has seemed locked in throughout all of these games on the bench, the entirety of it. He's not been disengaged. He's not been like, pardon my language, shitty to camera guys or anything. Like he's been talking to the players, talking to the coach. He's been locked in, and I don't know. I'm very excited for Friday.
Yeah, that's a good point. Ja has been engaged. I think I read somebody tweet. I feel like I heard that he got in the face of Denny Avia after a timeout, like talking trash to him. So I feel like this time away has been great for Ja. Of course, we'll see on Friday, but just seeing the game from a different perspective, being a pseudo assistant coach on the bench has been great. I guess I have to speak with parity. I love Josh coming back, but I just hope the defensive intensity with him, the starters, stays high. Because as much as I love Vince in the starting lineup and he's played well, his defensive intensity is always high. He may not do great offensively shooting the ball, but the lineup with Vince, Jalen, and Sid as your front court is a very stout defensive front court.
Yep.
I just need Ja Morant to bring everything he can offensively, but just still keep the defensive intensity up there, which I feel like he can. I feel like he's able to. If he's able to do that, I am super excited to what this starting lineup looks like on Friday.
Yep. Well, and I mean, you want to talk about someone that can feed off guys. Like, if Cedric and Jalen are like those, like, man, the Cougar connection, like whatever you want to call them, those dudes are like, if they're locked in and on it, I would just think that
it's infectious, kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I could took the words right out of my mouth. I hope that Ja, because we know Ja can really feed off those guys. You know, we know Ja, like he cares. Shocker, he cares about this team. Like, you can see he gets riled up about these guys, man. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. And I don't want to jinx it. I jinx stuff, so I'm trying not to. I'm gonna stop it.
No, I'm not. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at my brother.
I see him. You got your shirt.
He said, "Yes, this is your shirt. I did take this from the house. Shout out my brother for putting me out on Front Street. But yes, this is his shirt. Yes, but we got to get out of here pretty fast. Luke has some business to attend to.
I gotta go to the airport, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but we cranked out a good 24, 25 minutes. We appreciate everybody being in the live and commenting and all that. It's a good win tonight. Things to work on, but it's a good win. Again, the final score, 119-96, pushing the record to 11-3 on the season. And the next game will be Friday. Are we at home or are we away? Is it home?
We're at home. It's home. 12-12. I think there's a big promotion they're doing, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so 12-12. If y'all in the building, y'all let us know. Against the Utah Jazz. So another winnable game coming up, and hopefully we can get to 12-13 on the season. Luke, do you have anything else for the people before we go?
Come and hang out with me tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. We will recap this game and talk the rest of the games. And no bluffing tomorrow night. You guys going tomorrow night?
Yes, sir. Me and Jason is 6:30. You have Daily Grind tomorrow. You have Anthony Sane show. You have the Two Buck show. So we will be talking about all the fallout of this game and all the previous games of the Grizzlies. That's all we have. Follow me at E11 Hayes. Follow Luke at Luke TEE. No, I hope I'm not butchering your.
No, you got it. You
I hit it on the head. Look at me.
Yeah,
okay, I'm on one tonight. We appreciate y'all for kicking with us for another post-game bounce. There will be another post-game bounce on Friday, so y'all tune in to whoever's doing that. Evan Hayes, Lou Hatmaker. As always, go Grizz.
See y'all.